Intel Sapphire Rapids HBM Xeon Scalable CPUs with 64 gigabytes of HBM2E memory, offering up to 3 times the performance increase over Ice Lake Xeons. Intel has once again demonstrated its upcoming Sapphire Rapids HBM Xeon Scalable CPUs with up to 64 gigabytes of HBM2E memory in various workloads. According to Intel, the Sapphire Rapids SP will come in 2 package variants, a standard and an HBM configuration. The standard variant will feature a chiplet design composed of 4 XCC dies that will feature a die size of around 400 millimeters squared. This is the die size for a singular XCC die, and there will be 4 in total on the top Sapphire Rapids SP Xeon chip. Each die will be interconnected via EMIB, which has a pitch size of 55U and a core pitch of 100U. The Intel processor, codenamed Sapphire Rapids, with high bandwidth memory, is a great example of how we are leveraging advanced packaging technologies and silicon innovations to bring substantial performance, bandwidth, and power-saving improvements for the HPC sector. With up to 64 gigabytes of high bandwidth HBM2E memory in the package and accelerators integrated into the CPU, we are able to unleash memory bandwidth bound workloads while delivering significant performance improvements across key HPC use cases. When comparing 3rd gen Intel Xeon scalable processors to the upcoming Sapphire Rapids HBM processors, we are seeing 2 to 3 times performance increases across weather research, energy, manufacturing, and physics workloads. As the keynote CTO Prith Banerjee also shows that Sapphire Rapids HBM delivers up to 2 times the performance increase on real-world workloads from Fluent, so ANSYS Fluent and ParseNet. So there you go. The standard Sapphire Rapids SP Xeon chip will feature 10 EMIB interconnects, and the entire package will measure a mighty 4,446 millimeters squared, moving over to the HBM variant. We are getting an increased number of interconnects, which sit at 14 and are needed to interconnect the HBM2E memory to the cores. The 4 HBM2E memory packages will feature 8 high stacks, so Intel is going for at least 16 gigabytes of HBM2E memory per stack for a total of 64 gigabytes across the Sapphire Rapids SP package. Talking about the package, the HBM variant will measure it at an insane 5,700 millimeters squared, or 28% larger than the standard variant. Compared to the recently leaked EPIC numbers, the HBM2E package for Sapphire Rapids SP would end up 5% larger, while standard package will be about 22% smaller, and that's obviously going to be larger because of the HBM2E memory. Intel also states that the EMIB link provides twice the bandwidth density improvements and 4 times better power efficiency compared to standard package designs. Interestingly, Intel calls the latest Xeon lineup logically monolithic, which means that they are referring to the interconnect that'll offer the same functionality as a single die would, but technically there are 4 chiplets that will be interconnected together. That's probably due to the fast memory. I'm excited for these chips. Obviously, this is something in my, I suppose, previous profession before YouTube I would be super excited for. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll get to play with them because of the high price point. Neither will a lot of miners in general. But because of this kind of move over to the HBM2E memory, I'm super curious how it will perform in cache-heavy loads, especially as it pertains to cryptocurrency mining. It should be interesting to see, hopefully, some leaks from some insiders at some point on these coming up later on. But we are basically seeing also a hint of Intel kind of moving towards that cache-heavy side, and hopefully that bleeds down into their consumer lineup as well later on down the line. I would also like to see them come out with consumer-grade chiplet designs I doubt we'll see HBM2E in the mainstream. That's just something that won't come along for quite some time. But these are pretty exciting times for all technology. Obviously, we've seen huge strides in the GPU market as well as the CPU market. And I think this year between both Intel, or all of them, Intel, NVIDIA, AMD, coming off of that high of cryptocurrency mining and all the money that was going into it, I think we're going to see a ton of advancements within the technology, and hopefully all of it kind of released in time for the next bull run, so we get a whole bunch of new stuff to test out. And hopefully we see miners start leveraging some of these new technologies too. Infinity Fabric, for example, on the AMD side, that getting leveraged in algorithms would be amazing, and so on. I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Crypto Mining Morning Show every Monday through Friday, 7:45 a.m. Pacific and 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time. You can check out more clips here, or if you're interested in checking out the entire live show, you can check that out down here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday.